What's going on, guys? My name is Mike, and today we're going to be doing a spray paint camo pattern job on my Steyr AUG A3 here. I originally got this idea from Grantham. He made a very good video and tutorial showing how he likes to do his camo job. So we're going to be following the same steps as he highlights in that video, but I'm going to be doing it on my Steyr here. So a little bit about the gun. Just a basic Steyr AUG A3 with a NATO stock. We have a Corvus rail attachment up front with the MFT foregrip and a Caldwell bipod for now, and a Vortex Strike Fire red dot sight on here. We're only interested in painting the stock and the foregrip. I'm going to leave the upper receiver and barrel and the general metal parts alone. I also have a spare Magpul P-Mag that I'm going to camo with the gun as well. Over here we got some Rust-Oleum camouflage paint. I'm going for a black multicam palette. So we have black, we have a deep green, we have some brown, and we have some gray as well. The brown and gray isn't camouflage, but if you can't find the Rust-Oleum camouflage, I recommend getting a satin color. A satin color will lay and have a similar appearance to the flat color that the camouflage is. We also have a knife, some painter's tape, and I only have a little bit of mesh, kind of a pathetic amount, but it's what I had at home and it will do its purpose just fine. So we'll get into it. So first we're going to take the gun apart. We're going to disassemble it. I'm not going to disassemble it on camera here, but I plan on doing a review on my AUG later on, so there will be a full disassembly in that video as well. Next, we're going to take your painter's tape, and you're basically going to cover up any holes that you don't want paint getting into the gun. This includes maybe around your ejection port, on my gun at least, the area where the upper receiver goes into the stock, and the around the trigger guard there, and all of that. Make sure you tape up all areas where you do not want paint getting into, because you really don't want paint in your gun. Now, once you guys are all prepped up, you're ready to go up and paint. We're not going to primer anything. We're just going to lay on a single thick coat of each color. I plan on using a black and a gray base, and then when I go to do the mesh, I'll spray more black, brown, and the deep green to kind of give it more of that multicam, that black multicam finish. So since we're going to be all prepped up off camera, I'm going to take you guys with me to go up and shoot some paint. So let's see it. Alright guys, now we're outside and we're going to lay the first few coats on. So we have our black and gray ready to go. We're going to just lay these down in about hand width diagonal stripes. So here we go. Alright guys, the stripes are on there. Now we're going to paint with the mesh. So we're going to start with the foregrip here. We're only going to get most of this, so let's see. We'll hit it with the black. Mess that up there. Redo that. Alright, make sure to pick up your mesh, not drag it. that there. We'll hit that with some black. Alright guys, and we're back, and we got the finished product right here. I know it probably looked a little different. I decided to take a shower while it was curing outside, but it is the same day, a couple hours later, and we have our finished product. I'll get some close-up shots because it's probably hard to see in this lighting a little bit, but overall first impressions, I'm pretty happy with how it came out. From a distance, it kind of has the dark green that is usually associated with an AUG stock. But close up, you really start to see the browns and the greens and the black differentiate from each other with that snakeskin camo. You should learn from some of the mistakes I made when I was doing this. First, I tried to start off with 4 colors. By the time I finished, there wasn't any gray showing, and it was more of a waste. I kept making other mistakes, which I'll get to in a second with the mesh. But by the time I was done putting the browns and the greens and the black on, there really wasn't that much gray showing through. It's best to use 2 or 3 colors and not 4, because it's really hard to get 4 all blended together on this small of a piece, so to say. So I'd definitely stick with either 2 or 3 colors. You saw the size of the mesh I used. When you only have a small square of mesh to work with, you get some hard lines of paint all around the mesh from your overspray. So to avoid getting hard lines in your paint and having to redo areas of your stock, I would recommend getting a full-size mesh, like a laundry bag or something. I cut mine up from a pencil case we had laying around. That's all I had, and I figured it would work. So definitely 2 or 3 colors, and definitely get a much bigger grid of mesh. But overall, guys, I'm really happy with how this came out. Once again, I recommend watching Granthum's video. He did an even better job of portraying it than I did, and that's where I got my ideas from. But thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.